Well, hey, how goes it? My name is Amos, and today I'm going to be playing Galdor's Grip until I win, with a few modifications. So in my right hand right here, I have the core set, which has all of the 18 cards necessary to play the game. And on my left, I'm going to introduce the Galdor Feragot card from the expansion pack. But I'm going to use the Galdor side of it. So 18 plus 1, 19 cards in total, and I'm going to play it on easy mode. I watched the entire hour-and-a-half long video from the creator, Galdor, and he says when you first start out, you might want to reduce the difficulty of the game. And the standard mode is you need to get 9 points in total to win, but I'm going to reduce it down to 6 points because I've actually never beat the game. And I've played it a handful of times already, and it's pretty addicting and really fun. I'm going to shuffle it a little bit, and this is the most up-to-date version that is available right now. And by the way, Galdor's Grip is a free print and play, meaning you don't have to pay anything in order to play this, and it's super easy, accessible, portable. As you can see, the entire game can be played in the palm of one hand, which is pretty amazing. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. First one is the Veiled Stare. Okay, so 2, 1, 2, put it to the back. A Figment of Feragot. If this card was face up prior to this turn, rotate it. 5 at the top left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The West Binding Stone. I could do a 4 or rotate it for a 3. And because we just started the game, it doesn't really matter if I do 3 or a 4. So I'm just going to go with a 3, the lesser of the two numbers. So 1, 2, 3. Put this towards the back. You may rearrange the order of all cards moving to the bottom of the deck. So I could do a 5 or a 2. Maleficent Maze. Sorry, reading is really hard for me. Maleficent Maze. We'll go with a 2 so I can reveal more cards. 1, 2. And as you're playing, you can do this to see what you have so far. And I think it's a game that is a combination of luck, strategy, and a little bit of memorization to know like which card has not been revealed yet. So it looks like Galdor is going to be coming up here in a little bit. Okay, Balgrin's Beard. If the sum of all of the cards moving to the bottom of the deck is 13 or higher, then rotate this card. And you want to be able to rotate this because then you get a 1 star point, plus it can be any numerical value from 1 through 6. So let's see. 3, 4, 7. We got 9. And yeah, we got 14, so it's more than 13. So I can rotate this, and now I have 1 point, 1 star so far. And let's just go ahead and say 1, so I can go ahead and show you Galdor. This is the special card. If you flip it to the other side, it's Feragot, and it changes the name of the game. And from what I saw on the Board Game Geek forums, Galdor, the creator, said you can change the house rules so that it can be flipped or play in a way where it's just face up the entire time because it's a fork in the road card. And because I'm trying to win the game and I haven't beat it yet, and it's on easy mode, meaning 6 points until we can win, we're just going to go ahead and keep it on the Galdor face up side. So in theory, by introducing one more card to the core set of 18 and just making him the 19th card, the game becomes slightly easier because check out his special ability. You may move this card next to any binding stone in the deck. If you do, end this turn. And you want to get all 4 binding stones revealed in order to win the game. So Galdor is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it goes to the back. And then, Figment of Feragot. This is one of those cards where it's a double-edged sword. Yes, it is necessary to beat the game, because once I get this card after going through the entire deck one more time, then I have to rotate it and I get a point. But if you get the Figment of Feragot too many times, then you lose the game, essentially, right there. If this side was active prior to this turn, then you lose the game. So if you see it 3 times, it's bad. But if you see it 2 times, it's good. And right now, it's our first time seeing it, so we're going to go ahead and move forward. 1, 2. Okay, so now we're at the Veiled Stare. If the deck contains 3 or more adjacent cards in ascending or descending sequential order, you gain a point. Let's see if we have that so far. We probably don't. No. No, we don't. So let's go ahead and just do a... oh, I don't want to do a 2 because then he gets revealed. And I don't want to reveal him again yet. Or maybe I do want to reveal him right away. But I don't know. I'm like a caveman. I don't really have a strategy right now. So let's go ahead and flip it and get to a 5 to see what would be the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we'll do a 5. It's a little bit more safe. All right, another Figment of Feragot. Let's see if this card was face up right. Okay, it's a 1. So pretty simple and straightforward. All right, a South Binding Stone. I think we have 2 so far. We have the South and the West. Do we have any more Binding Stones? No, I do not. So if this card has the same value as an adjacent card, then gain 4. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna keep it as a... No, I'm gonna flip it and... Wait, what? If this card has the same value as an adjacent card, then you gain a point. This and this is a 3 each, so I get 1 point star right here and 1 point star right here. So I guess I'll leave it as a 3 for now. So 1, 2, 3. All right. This one is the Deep Root Depths. You may rotate any card moving to the bottom of the deck that has the rotate symbol. So if we do 3, yeah, okay. So we'll do a 4, and I guess I'll put him right here, like this, so that it is now a sequential order. Because remember, this one, the asterisk, means you can turn it into any value from 1 through 6. So now I have 2, 3, 4, and 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and now it reveals Galdor. And now let me show you why this card is kind of cool. His special ability is that you can move it next to any binding stone in this deck. If you do, then you end the turn. I'm gonna go ahead and move him over here. Figment of Feragot. Okay, so let's see. 1, 2, 3. Oh no. That's what I'm saying. I feel like you don't want to get the second encounter of the Figment of Feragot too quickly, because then you can lose the game by an off chance like what you saw right there. So now, this is my second time encountering him. So now I have a point, but if I encounter him for a 3rd time, then we lose the game. So now I have to add some strategy into the game. So 1, 2, the Veiled Stare. So I gain 1 star point at the end of the game when we start counting our points, because I do have that sequential order right here. The 2, 3, 4. So let's see. Do we want to keep it as a 5, or do we want to move it as a 2? If I do 1, 2, then I see him again. I feel like that's a little risky. If I keep it as a 5, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh man, I'm in a pickle. Okay, well, let's go ahead and rotate this and keep it as a 2. And 1, 2. So now this is my second time encountering the Figment of Feragot. And now he gets rotated. So if I see him one more time, we lose the game. So it's a little nerve-wracking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so do I want to keep it as a 3 or as a 4? Let's see. 1, 2, 3 would reveal him. 1, 2, 3, 4 would reveal him. And he can be any value. So I think I'm going to go ahead and rotate it, because when I rotate him, not only do I keep that 1 point for the adjacent card being a 4 and a 4, I just feel like it's better for me to use this one so that I can kind of manipulate the deck going forward. We'll see. I don't know. I'm a monkey brain, and that's why I haven't beaten the game yet. Maybe I'm being stupid. Please comment down below if you feel like I'm making a mistake, because I do want to learn how to get better, because I want to beat the game at least once. Maybe we can beat it today on easy mode. All right, so this can be any value. So what you don't want to do in this case, or maybe you do want to do, is say 3, because if you do 1, 2, 3, and that goes to the bottom of the deck, then you counter him again, and it flips. But I think in this case, I'm going to go for the value of 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So all 4 of these go to the bottom of the deck. And now this is unveiled. Galdor's Grip. This is the card that you need to win the game. So in order to win the game, not only do all the binding stones need to be face up, but you need to encounter this card again as for a second time in order to, call it. And then to count up how many point stars that you have. So this is our first time getting Galdor's grip, and I don't think all of the binding stones are unveiled yet. We have 1, 2. Okay, we'll go with the numerical value of 1. So, the Vault of Avarice. If the sum of the next 2 cards in the deck is 7, then you can rotate this card. And I want to be able to rotate this card because when I do, then this turns into any valuation from 1 through 6, and I would get a 1-point star. But let's see. So these 2 would be a 6, and if I were to go with the next 2 cards in the deck, these 2, then it would be a 4, so I can't rotate it. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 goes right here, and then let's see. East Binding Stone. 1 and 2. If I do a 5, it would be, I get the South Binding. Let's go ahead and stick with the numerical value of 2. 1, 2. So he goes to the back. Figment of Feragot. All right. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So now we're looking at the West Binding Stone. This card has the same value as okay, so I could rotate it and keep it as a 3, if that would be more advantageous. Or I can keep it as a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and keep it at that. Yeah, we're gonna keep it as a 4. Okay. This is Balgren's Beard. Can be any value, so let's go ahead and say 1, 2, let's say 2. So 1, 2. Now this one is revealed. Feragot's Fortress. Peek at a face down card in the deck. If there are none, then you lose the game. This one has made me lose the game like 4 out of 4 times already, so it's a love-hate relationship with him because he allows you to see what's coming up, a face down card, but he also has the power to make you lose the game. So I'm going to go ahead and try to see what this one would be. The Beast Sanctum. Okay, so that one is coming out. So if I do a 1, then I get the Figment of Feragot. If I do it as a 6, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then I get the Veil. Oh man, this is a risky decision, but I'm going to go ahead and say, let's keep it as a 1. So at a 1, I get the Figment of Feragot. Now this is our second encounter, which means now we have to rotate it. And now I have a 1-point star. As long as I don't see him for a 3rd time. If I see him again, then we lose the game. So let's see. 1, 2, 3. Oh! We lost the game. Check it out. 1, 2, 3. And I get this Figment of Feragot. If this side was active prior to this turn, then you lose the game. So even on easy mode, trying to shoot for 6 points, 6 stars, I still couldn't beat it. So it's a little frustrating because I have not been able to beat this game, and it seems like everyone on Board Game Geek and Reddit is just smashing through it and getting like 12, 13, 14 points. I can't even beat the game. So as you can see, it's pretty challenging, but at the same time, it's also engaging, and I think it's really fun. And I think it would be the perfect game to play while you're waiting in queue somewhere, like if you're at the DMV and you know you have to spend like 2 hours there, or if you are in an environment that does not allow you to use your phone, or if you're just bored at the mall waiting for your wife to shop. Just whip this out of your pocket and you can have a quick round or 2. And Galdor's Grip is actually my first game into the world of solo board gaming, solitaire gaming, and I love it. Because I think the game mechanics, super addicting, but also you can replay it again and again because I also have the 3 expansion packs, and you can swap out and switch out 6 cards from the core set with 6 cards from the expansion to spice it up a little bit and add some more difficulty, or to just make it a little different. So let's go ahead and see if we can win this time around. All right, so let's go. Veiled Stare, 2. Okay. The Figment of Feragot, all right, a 1. East Binding Stone, 1, 2. West Binding Stone, 1, 2, 3, 4. Flip it and do 1, 2, 3. Frenzied Flame. Rotate this card and then move it to around the spot in the deck. End this turn. So, oh, cool. We got a 1 point star right there. And then I was reading through the Board Game Geek forums, and there seemed to be confusion as to what it means to put this back into the deck. And some people were saying, hey, you could just put it right here, like that, or put it to the middle of the deck. And I saw Greg Jules comment, and he says, in the spirit of the game, you should try to put it randomly somewhere in the middle. That way it disrupts your strategy and has the effect of breaking up any sequential order cards that you put intentionally. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put it in the middle. Although I could be that guy and put it like right here behind this card so I could see it again, but we won't do that. All right, Feragot's Fortress. Peek at a face down card in the deck. If there are none, then you lose the game. Well, this is a 1, so I'm gonna see what this one would be. Oh, you know what? YOLO, let's do it. Let's go for it. Figment of Feragot. 1, 2. All right, Maleficent Maze. You may rearrange the order of all cards moving to the bottom of the deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. North Binding Stone. Okay, let's go ahead and go with a 1. Unveil this card. Deep Root Depths. You may rotate any card moving to the bottom of the deck that has the rotate symbol. 1, 2. Yeah, we'll go with that. Figment of Feragot. If this card is face up, okay, 1, 2. So if I see him again, I'm going to be able to rotate him and get that 1 point and a star. But if I see him for the 3rd time, we lose the game. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I think one of my mistakes is that as I'm playing this game, I'm not reviewing the order of the cards. So I should do that right now. So I know that the Figment of Feragot is going to be coming up. So if this is a 3, then I'm going to land on him. Let's see. Maleficent Maze, Frenzied Flame, North Binding Stone. All right. The Figment of Feragot. All right, so 1, 2. Oh my goodness, did I just speak that into existence? Okay, so unfortunately, this guy has the power to end the game for us now in a bad way. All right, so 2. Goodness, I am nervous. Maleficent Maze. I can do a 2 or a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or I can rotate it and do a 2. I think I'm gonna rotate it and do a 2. That way I can unveil Galdor's Grip. The Vault of Avarice. If the sum of the next 2 cards in the deck is 7, then rotate this card. Let's see. So these 2 would be a 5, and if it's these 2, then it would be a 4. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Deep Root Depths. We can keep it as a 3 or go with a 4. Ooh, if we do a 3, then we're gonna see this guy right here. I don't wanna. And if we do a 4, then we get this guy right here. So I'm kind of getting the short end of the stick here. So if I do a 3 and we get this one, then it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we would get another Figment of Feragot. But if we do a 4 and we get him, so I'm gonna go ahead and say it's gonna be the 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're gonna flip this and do a 4. And now we have to do a 1. Oh wait, we have to rotate him. Oh boy. So we got a 1 right here. And now we see the East Binding Stone. We could do a 1, 2 to get that one. Or we could rotate and do a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and get a Feragot's Fortress. I guess we'll rotate it and do a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if we do a 1, we lose the game. So we don't want to do that. You have to flip it and do a 6. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see what this one is. Galdor's Grip. That's the one we were looking for. So with the 6, these go to the back. And surprise, surprise, trick or treat, it's Galdor's Grip. And when all 4 Binding Stones are face up to the deck, rotate this card. I wonder if that's the case. We have 1, 2, 3, Okay, so we have 3. And this can be any numerical value. So I'm going to go ahead and say, let's go with a 1. The Figment of Feragot. All right, he's a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The Veiled Stare. We could do a 2 and lose the game, or we can flip it, and we have to flip it at this point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A West Binding Stone. That sounds a little bit better. All right, so what's coming up here? Let's see. Let's look at our deck so far. If we do a 3, then we get this one. If we do a 4, then we lose the game. So we have to do a 3 in order to stay alive, which brings us to Feragot's Fortress. So we can do a 1 and lose the game, or do a 6 and stay in the game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Galdor's Grip. And it says you have to peek at a face down card, otherwise we lose. So we'll look at this guy. The Beast Sanctum. All right, so we'll go with a 6 to stay alive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Galdor's Grip. I lost track of time and my cards. Do I have all 4 Binding Stones? Okay, we have 3. We're missing 1. This can be any numerical value. Let's see, 3, or should we go with a 4? Okay, we'll go with a 4. It's kind of risky, but let's see what happens. Balgruden's Beard. If the sum of all the cards moving to the bottom of the deck is 13 higher, you can rotate these cards. We have 8. We have 13. Okay, so we can already rotate it. And again, now it's any numerical value, 1 through 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Any more face down? I believe this is the last Binding Stone, which I need to win the game. So we're going to go ahead and say it's a 5. And let's see if it is the last Binding Stone. A 3. 1, 2, 3, and I'll get Galdor, and I can move him to any Binding Stone. If I do a 4, then I get Feragot's Fortress. Don't know if I want to do that. Ooh, I'm in a pickle here. Do I go with a 3 for Galdor and then move him? Because hold on, if we do that, then what's a 6 right here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, yeah. I want to do that. So, let's see. 1, 2, 3 in order to get Galdor. No, a 4 in order to get him. Yes, we'll do a 4. So, sorry, I got to flip this one. And then if I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, now I get Galdor's Grip. Sorry about that. I ran out of storage space, so the phone stopped recording. But because now we have all 4 Binding Stones, now we're able to rotate this card and essentially try to win the game. So I'm getting nervous. This might be my first time beating Galdor's Grip, but on easy mode, I know. Maybe one day when I become better at this game, I'll be able to hit the standard 9 points in order to win, but let's see. If we do 1, then we get a Figment of Feragot, which gives us 1 point. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. The Veiled Stare. Oh yeah, we do want to try to get at least, 3 cards in sequential order to get at least 1 star from that. Let me see if I have that going on right now. Oh yeah, we do right there. 3, 4, 5. Awesome. So let's see. If I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then I get a West Binding Stone. If I do a 3, I get Feragot's Fortress. Now I'm being a little more careful and strategic because I actually want to win and beat the game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my gosh, guys, we might win this game. We might. So what was it that I had to do? I had to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I get him. And when I get him, which is the West Binding Stone, then I do 1, 2, 3 in order to get Feragot's Fortress, and It says, oh, I do have one more card to peek down. Thank God. The Beast Sanctum coming in clutch right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hey, if this side was active prior to this turn, then you end the game. You need at least 9 points or stars to win, or else you lose. But we are playing it watered down for a caveman like me so that I can try to win the game and feel good about myself. So 6 points is what we need. Let's go ahead and see what we got. We have 1. Oh man, I lost the point there. I could have gotten from him. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hey, we beat the game. We're at 7. And then I also have to give myself 8 because of that sequential one. Where's that one? Where it says if you have 3 cards that are in sequential order, then... Yeah, right there. We got 8. We did it. We beat the game. Yes. Finally. Finally. Woo. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. It's emotional because I've played this game probably like 7 or 8 times off camera, and then one round before this, and we lost. Let's just go ahead and say it took me 9 times to actually win the game without losing. And in my first time winning the game, I finally got 8 points, which is 1 less than what you need to win on standard mode. But we got 2 stars above the necessary 6, which is the prescribed definition that we had in the beginning. So I finally won. My goodness gracious, it is a satisfying feeling. Galdor's Grip. As you can see, it's really fun and you can play it in one hand. I have really small hands, but the size of the cards were not an issue for me. And as a matter of fact, I put it into clear trading card sleeves with a random poker deck card behind it to give it that nice touch, feeling, and weight to it. So if you're still on the fence about whether or not you want to play Galdor's Grip, this is your sign. Play it. It is so fun. However, I am going to say it is addicting. So be careful. You are warned. Greg Jewell, you are a magnificent man. I love this game. If you want to try and play this game for yourself, you can go ahead and print it out for free on Board Game Geeks down at the bottom of the file section, or you can pay whatever you want to Greg Jewell on his website. But this is right now a free print and play game. The only barrier to entry that I can see is having a printer at home. And if you don't, you can go to your local library, pay $1 or $2 to print this out into 1 or 2 or 3 pages, and then you can get going. So shout out to Greg Jewell for such a fun, addicting game that he has provided us for free. But if you are the type of person to procrastinate, I did see that on the Board Game Geeks forums, he is trying to get this published soon, and there's going to be a physical copy where you can buy for like, I don't know, 15, 20, 25 bucks, whatever the price is going to be set at. So if you wait a little longer, you can get the official version. But if you want to play Galdor's Grip right now, you can print this beta version for free. And with that said, I hope you enjoyed my first video reviewing a solo board game, and I will talk to you next time. Stay safe, everyone. Bye-bye.